The common saying, "Our health is in our hands," is becoming more and more relevant. Modern technology is providing more opportunities to monitor our body's health without a visit to the doctor. For example, we can track the health of our heart with a bracelet developed by Ukrainian inventors. It's essentially a mini electrocardiograph. Using DNA, it is possible to develop healthy habits with an app created by young geneticists. And if you have a disease that cannot be cured, then a special mobile app from a Ukrainian startup team will help you choose quality medicine. The heart is the center of the physical body, a sort of electric motor that constantly generates impulses. Blood is generated and circulated, making sure the body functions properly. Hidden problems can be detected by placing an electric gadget in the heart. The easiest method for diagnosing abnormalities is the electrocardiogram, but with modern equipment, nosological analysis can be used to find the precursors of heart disease. We have a new way to analyze a person's heart rate. We can see whether a person has a disease and if the person is prone to a certain type of condition. We can also evaluate the risk of cardiovascular problems. A heart electrocardiogram is usually done in a clinic. A qualified doctor then makes a diagnosis. However, the world is aiming to put healthcare in the patient's hands. More and more people want to check their health. A personal monitoring device is certainly a more convenient tool for getting health information. According to experts, they are observing a boom in diagnostic innovations. It is not surprising that a Ukrainian team of volunteers ran with the idea of creating a modern mini electrocardiograph.
Сама идея родилась в глубоком украинском селе.
The idea was born in a Ukrainian village when we were conducting large-scale electrocardio screenings. We have examined more than 22,000 patients in different locations of Ukraine. By the way, with the beginning of the armed conflict in the east of Ukraine, these same technicians founded the first volunteer medical hospital and helped the Ukrainian military at the forefront. The accumulated experience helped identify what characteristics the future cardio device should have. The team includes experts in hospital software development, experimental physics, pharmaceuticals, and medicine. They studied what was already on the market and what was missing. A unique device was created which has no competitors in the world. We created a portable electrocardiographic bracelet. It collects ECG fragments. The bracelet records when the nervous system tells the heart to contract. We register that impulse and then analyze it. The device makes it possible to determine the condition of your body without a doctor's visit. A person wears the bracelet on the wrist of their left hand and goes about their daily life. The device measures the heart rate every 15 minutes. The information the cardio bracelet collects is uploaded to the cloud and then displayed on the user's page, which can also be viewed from their smartphone. The software analyzes the data. We get information not only regarding the person's health, but also their psycho-emotional state. The software that we are developing will identify 64 emotional patterns, from a pre-depressive state to overstimulation. Developers predict that the program will help people sort out their feelings. And if your friends and family are connected, they will be able to watch each other's emotional state and notice any problems in advance. So far, the project is at the appliance stage. It might not look very stylish, but it's technologically advanced. These three electrodes are used to record EKG data from one hand. The circuitry is very small compared to any other device on the market. Ours is miniature. We managed to take something big and package it into a smaller box. The developers claim the next version of the bracelet will get an elegant design. The bracelet has a promising future ahead. The device continues to be upgraded from a household item to a medical tool.
Медицинские устройства, которые мы будем выводить,
We're going to introduce a product which will allow a person to get medical recommendations not only from a doctor but also from a clinic. It's called remote assistance. First, we need the appropriate clinical research, testing, and certification. Remote assistance means the patient is not required to visit the clinic. The doctor would be able to monitor their health in real time. Human health is affected by many external and internal factors. Scientists have proven that many are encoded in our DNA, in particular, susceptibility to certain diseases or reactions to substances. Obviously, people are unable to change their genetic code, but it is possible to form a healthy lifestyle, which will reduce health risks dramatically. We must know what healthy habits to take up and what to drop. DNA analysis can provide the answers. Interpreting the analysis requires professional services, but young Ukrainian geneticists managed to simplify the process considerably. They created a program that provides individual recommendations based on a genetic test.
Я разом з моєю колегою Русаною Шадріною, ми обоє генетики, і коли навчалися в
Me and my colleague Rosana Shardina are both geneticists. When we studied at university, we wanted to use advanced genetics to open up new possibilities. Various areas such as sports genetics, nutrition genetics, and nutrition genomics have emerged since we graduated. Our goal has been to introduce these advanced subjects to ordinary people.
Люди розуміли важливість цього і могли користуватися цими знаннями у своєму повсякденному житті.
Science can explain the connection between the DNA sequence and vital functions of the body. Young Ukrainian inventors developed a special data analysis algorithm. They say the procedure is simple and the results could be understood by anyone. The client takes a swab of the inside of the cheek and sends it to the genetic laboratory, which has installed the system created by the young scientists. When the sample is analyzed, the results are stored in the client's user account. A person can easily find out how their bodily system works. They can determine if everything is all right with their metabolism, for example, or if the aging process has accelerated. And that's not all. The program contains a recommendations section, which will give the patient recommendations for a healthy lifestyle. It was created by analyzing a large amount of medical literature.
Щоб людина читала, вона розуміла, про що йдеться мова.
We're trying to get people to use our technology in order to make better decisions regarding their daily life. Instead of checking with a dietitian or a doctor, people will be able to make informed decisions on their own.
Це цікаво, щоб цікаво було повернутися до цих знань, щоб цікаво було їх запам'ятати, і для нас головне, щоб впровадити у своє життя.
Currently, the project is supported by one of Kiev's startup incubators. The developers are also planning to develop a mobile app. It will become an assistant that is always at hand.
Для того, щоб напрацювати
We want to create an application that would track and store all types of information about a user's daily health. Its users could input their eating habits, and if they're reaching their daily health goals, it would know. An analysis of the DNA would be used as a benchmark.
Даватися ще такі персональні рекомендації.
They hope the development is successful with professionals like doctors, dietitians, and fitness consultants. That will mean they are on the right track according to the young Ukrainian inventors. It's important to catch a disease before it spreads, but if that happens, the treatment should be as effective as possible. According to international organizations, about 15% of medicines sold worldwide are counterfeit. Typically, pharmaceutical quality control is carried out by state structures and public organizations. But Ukrainian inventors decided to help consumers identify counterfeit medicines. They studied best practices in this area and found the research results of the University of Michigan to be the best. All known cases of counterfeit drugs were analyzed, and two problems were found. First, there was low awareness. People do not pay any attention to the packaging and instructions. The public trusts the medicine and pharmaceutical companies producing them. Instead, they should be reading and studying what they're purchasing. It's not always possible to track the delivery of pharmaceutical products from the manufacturer to the pharmacy, then to the end buyer. Packaging can be easily forged or replaced. But introducing fake information to an extensive, thoroughly tracked database is almost impossible. The absence of the drug in such databases would mean that it is fake. This is where the idea of the database was born. Solving this problem. We took all the public data on drug registration in Ukraine. Then we took all the orders from the Drug State Service of Ukraine that temporarily or permanently bans certain types of drugs. We built a large database from that data, structured it, and created an online service. This mobile app lets consumers verify medicine at the pharmacy. If you bought a drug, you should make sure that the packaging and the instructions correspond to each other. The quality of printing should also be checked. The consumer then launches the medicine control app on their phone and enters the registration number. The application will provide information on whether the drug is registered and if there are any banned types of it. If there is any doubt, a representative of the pharmacy could be asked for the quality certificate, as the database also has photo samples, which can help verify the authenticity of the document. The application can also find comparable drugs, which only takes a few seconds. These can be chosen and approved by your doctor. During the initial visit, if you or the doctor has our app, you can go to the pharmacy with a list of generic drugs right after the visit. The application is convenient in other ways. For example, there are instructions for each drug. Everyone knows how difficult it is to read tiny letters on paper from the packaging, but with your smartphone, you can read instructions comfortably without straining your eyes. Our project has gained interest abroad. A German medical startup incubator invited us to join their team. In the near future, the developers plan to connect the database of pharmacy licenses to the app. They are negotiating with pharmaceutical manufacturers to add images of medicines to their app. With the help of the startup incubator, they are establishing relations with the Ministry of Health of Ukraine to fill the app with data on pharmaceutical products. They believe any consumer can become a drug expert with their app.